It is probably safe to say the majority of us don't know what it's like to be homeless. But for 3.5 million other Americans, it's a feeling they know all too well. Where are they going to lay their head at night? How are they going to get protection from the elements?
Now, an accomplished chef is trying to help. In fact, she's made it her mission to help others get back on their feet.
The slicing, the sizzle, the smells. Chef Connie Crabtree-Burritt loves it all. She's been cooking for 40 years and is now helping homeless women learn her passion.
One of the things we know is that to get out of a bad situation, you need to work. And one of the things I know is that culinary can be a career.
Connie offers 3 8-week programs a year. The women learn cooking and life skills.
You're not going to be a chef in 8 weeks, but you can be a good employee.
Erica and Tellita came to Connie with no home and no job. Now they both work in the food industry.
I realized that I have a talent in food service.
It's just given me a lot of hope for the future.
Today, Connie is instructing the grads on how to make an eggplant Napoleon.
I want you to take the top and the bottom off and give me perfect rounds.
First, they slice tomatoes, mozzarella cheese, and the eggplant. Next, Connie places the eggplant pieces in water and lemon juice. They dip the eggplant in an egg wash, coat it with breadcrumbs, then fry it in a pan. Next comes the stacking. First, a dab of habanero sauce, then a layer of eggplant, cheese, tomato, another eggplant, a little tomato, and some lemon zest. Add parsley to top it off. Connie says cooking is fun, but also hard work.
If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. It's pretty much how it is.
But these women could take the heat, and it's changed their lives.
And Connie says her program has an employment rate of, on average, 40%, but that number fluctuates. The classes are small, typically 8 to 10 students at a time.
Isn't that an incredible program?
That's a neat program.
It's a great way to pay it forward. Something else that's going on great today are the great smells that are going on right here in the Delmarva Life Kitchen.
That's right. We're cooking today, too, with help from Chef Josh GoodFox from the Hyatt Regency Chesapeake in Cambridge. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What are we making today?
Today we're making a Eastern Shore classic crab cakes. This is just something that's really popular in the restaurants, something everybody on the Eastern Shore should know how to make.
All right, so what's in it?
So we have our local crab cakes,
Right.
well, crab meat. We have just a little bit for the seasoning. We have Worcestershire sauce, of course, Old Bay, Dijon mustard, a little parsley,
Right.
mayo, breadcrumb, and lemon juice.
All right, so you're going to put us to work making these crab cakes. What do you need us to do?
So if you want to get started, you get started by just quick chopping a little bit of parsley here.
Quick chop some parsley, okay.
Just not
Using
too.
this one here?
Yep, you can use that one right there. Doesn't have to be too small, just to give it some nice color and flavor. So you over here, what we're going to do is we're going to mix up first the crab mayo.
Okay.
So we're going to mix a little bit of the mayonnaise
All right.
with the mustard.
A little bit, all of it?
You can go ahead and do all
Put
of
it
it.
all in. Just go to town. That's my kind of serving right there.
All right.
Okay. So
Now
everything
we'll
else
go
too, right?
everything else too. So we'll go with the mustard, the Old Bay, the Worcestershire.
Got it. And this is, what would you, is this just the base that you're going to put the crab meat into?
Well, that's going to be the base. It's going to give us our flavor and a little bit of moisture to it.
Okay.
It's also going to help everything stick together. Now, I don't use eggs or too much binder, so we just rely mostly on the flavor and the crab meat to keep everything together.
This much Old Bay?
Go ahead, start with half.
So let's talk a little bit about the crab meat. You like to use back fin?
Actually, we use both lump and back fin. Lump will give you those big lumps, and the back fin will actually give you a little bit of sweetness to it. Now, that's actually coming from locally in Cambridge as well. That's J.M. Clayton's. And then we're partnered with them. We always use fresh and always local crab meat as much as possible.
Okay. So how you doing over there?
Let's see. I still need the.
Just a little bit of Tabasco there and a squeeze of lemon juice. We'll be good to
Little
go.
tiny
a little
thing
bit.
of Tabasco.
Yeah, just a little
There
bit.
we go.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little.
I think these crab cakes are going to have a kick to them.
We're going to have some kicking crab cakes here.
There we go.
Lemon juice. Okay. Want both?
No, just one will
Just
be
the one.
fine.
Okay. Oh, that smells good. And we haven't even got to the busy part yet. All right,
Well, that's good. We can just dump both those tubs of crab meat in there.
All right.
So you say the crab meat, what you pick really does make a difference. I didn't know that the back fin was sweet.
Yep, the back fin will give you that nice little bit of sweetness. The lump will give you the richness to it. The back fin coming from the back end of the crab, where the lump is coming from right near the legs, and it'll give you more of a savory, but there's a lot more flavor in the back.
Okay, so he's going to mix that all together. And
now we're going to take your parsley here.
Okay.
We're just going to grab it and throw it right in there.
Grab it and throw it right in there. Okay, now should I be getting the pan ready here?
Well, the pan's a little warm right now,
Okay.
so
Maybe go ahead and turn that on. There you go.
There we go.
Let me throw it on
All
high.
right.
Lisa, don't you wish you were going to get some of this?
I am going to get some of
okay.
this.
All right.
So we'll start with the pan. Our pan's already nice and warm. We'll add just a little bit of olive oil here to make sure it doesn't stick.
Okay.
Now, Chef Josh, the only thing I don't have in here yet is the breadcrumbs.
It's the last thing we add in.
Last thing in.
And
Okay.
then we're going to add about a cup there and
Okay.
just gently fold that in. We're going to keep the lumps as big as possible. That way you get that nice flavor there.
Okay.
As far as the pan, when we put the crab cakes in, do you want to have it good and hot before you put them in, or is it a thing that you put them in and it kind of heats up?
You want to get it good and hot before you put them in. Maybe once you put the oil in, you'll see like little wisps of smoke coming off it, and that means you'll get a good sear on your crab cake.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, it'll get stuck to the pan, and you'll get those little crispy bits that come off.
Right. And how do you know it's done?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be hot all the way through. You either can check it with a thermometer, or you can just feel it. If it's nice and firm, it'll be cooked all the way through.
Okay.
How are we doing
Jimmy,
here?
we need to get this cooking
We're
here.
good?
All right. So I'm
All right, now.
going to use
what?
one of
You're
my
going to use
secret tricks.
an ice cream scoop.
An ice cream scoop. That'll give you a
that?
nice shape to it.
You know what? I think the last time we tried to do crab cakes, I made like monster crab cakes, if I
Uh-huh.
remember correctly. So this is a great idea.
Yeah, it is a great idea. I guess you want to be uniform with the size, especially in a restaurant. All right, so
Make
we're
sure
going to let that
everybody gets
cook
some.
a little bit. And we actually, through the magic of TV, have a finished product
Yes, we do.
Right
in
here
the oven.
Oh, in the oven.
In the oven.
I'm looking around. I'm thinking, wow,
I'm
somebody
surprised
hit it
you
on
didn't
me.
remember it was in there.
You'd think since I did it, right?
Yeah, and we're going to go ahead
Wow.
and taste this while that's cooking.
And again, presentation's a lot of this, isn't it, Chef?
Oh, yeah. So this is how we present it at the restaurant.
Yeah.
We have underneath it, we just have, well, we have the crab cakes, but we do a little garnish here and there.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of paprika remoulade, which
Yeah.
is kind of like a tartar sauce with like a nice smoked red pepper in it.
See, he's
And
even
then-
getting the pepper there.
There you go. And then we also have our little green and red peppers here. These are piquillo peppers and pepper dews. The pepper dews are nice and sour, where the piquillos are sweet and still kind of spicy.
All right, Josh, well,
Chef
stick
Josh,
around.
get it,
Nope, he's got a whole nother recipe.
Not going
This
anywhere.
is one of two crab dishes we're making today. Up next on Delmarva Life, we're putting together a tasty crab salad.
And a little later on, does your Fido get giddy when you ask, want to go for a ride? Well, whether they do or whether they don't, we're going to learn about some of the top vehicles that will make your furry friend as comfy as possible when it comes time to go bye-byes. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.